Hey everyone, it's Haz. Today we're going to be talking about Guardian. Personally, I believe he's a really good champion. Not just because of his damage output, but he has a lot of utility as well. We're going to go over that today. So, the synergy team I'm using for most of these fights is just like a simple one with Guardian, Sasquatch, and Magneto. The main ones you got to pay attention to are the Sasquatch and Magneto ones. The one with Sasquatch essentially gives him a shock whenever he performs a parry, and the Magneto one gives him a 3.5 second reduced cooldown on gaining his force field charges. I also have a couple of other ones like Cyclops for increased attack and Moreman to help him ramp up a bit quicker on that first force field charge. But here I'm going to go into a Winter Soldier fight. He destroys this fight. He's a rank 5 star with no suicides, just himself and some synergies. You're going to see that not only is his damage really good, but he's really sustainable as well. Because of that SIG ability, that block efficiency that he has is really nice. Also the power gain that he gets from perfect blocking specials is also really good as well. Just helps him build up a bit faster. Enjoy. And you can see here that special 2 is absolutely massive. It dealt like 70% of his health. And as you can see here, total hit count is 95 hits. That's pretty good. Alright, now I'm going to move on to some variant content. I'm going to use pretty much the same team, and we're just going to go in and wreck these guys. So this is pretty easy for Guardian. It's only like 130k health, so just a standard special 1, special 2 rotation should finish him off. Alright, special 2. Now look, that would have killed her if it wasn't for her cheat death mechanic, so really it would have been over in 43 hits. But, you know, because of that cheat death, it means that you can't kill her with one special, so just gotta go in and finish it off here. But one of the things, if you notice carefully, is that because his block efficiency is so massive from his signature ability, it means that he pretty much takes no damage from like any parries that you do, so you end pretty much every fight at 100% health until you take like a blocked hit or something. So that's really nice. He's really sustainable. Going into another fight here with Dr. Voodoo. Same thing, special 1, special 2, fight's over. and he got absolutely ruined. Alright, that was a pretty quick fight. Alright, now this is something that I think isn't really highlighted enough about Guardian, and that's actually his energy resistance. So energy resistance isn't only stuff for like Incinerate and Shock and Cold Snap, it's also for champions like Magic. So going in here, Colossus has no energy resist or anything like that. We can see that the Limbo is ticking for 980 per tick. So that means that he's taking a lot of Limbo damage. So after like, you'll see he doesn't actually make this fight. I'm not playing this fight perfectly with Colossus. You'd be spamming heavy attacks and dropping special 2s and things like that. But this is just to showcase how much damage, how much Limbo damage he take versus how much Guardian's going to take, which you'll see is a lot less. So you can see he's pretty much dead now. So 980 per tick, keep that in mind for when we go showcase Guardian. Alright, now for Guardian. So, same team, same opponent, no class advantage or disadvantage, it's just Guardian at Sig 200 against the Magic. And we can see here that it's 203. So Colossus was taking 980 per tick, and Guardian's taking 203. That's about 700 per tick reduction in Limbo damage. That is a lot of reduction. 700 per tick. Limbo lasts 3 seconds, so that's 6 ticks of damage. 7 times 6 is 42. So he's taking 4,200 reduced damage from Limbo every single time it triggers. And this just makes him so sustainable. Like you'll see here, he finishes the fight with like 70% health left. A full Magic in Cavalier difficulty. The very last quest, I believe it is. And he finishes the fight at 75% health despite triggering Limbo all those times and having no real way to stop it triggering. But he just reduces the damage so greatly that he can trigger Limbo for ages and just never die. It's actually really great. You can see here, she goes down. Pretty simple. Alright, here we're going to be checking out a Domino in 6.4. This is again to showcase his energy resistance. So, Domino's crit failure damage is actually energy damage, which means that Guardian can reduce it via his Sig ability. That means that he takes almost no crit failure damage, and often he'll leave fights with like over 90% health. So a few things to pay attention to in this Domino fight. The first is that because Domino is reducing Guardian's ability accuracy, he places a shock on her, which doesn't deal too much damage, but I guess it's a nice bonus. The second thing is that Guardian can actually parry Domino's basic attacks, which is really nice because most champions, they can't parry projectiles and stun the opponent, but Guardian and a couple other champions can, which is really great. Another thing that Domino has is she can evade attacks. She has a 10% chance to evade any attack when she's lucky. However, Guardian's Special 2 cannot be evaded by mutants. And this means that anytime Domino has lucky, if you throw your Special 2, she won't evade. You can see it says evade failed there, which means that Guardian successfully stopped her evading. So this fight went pretty quickly. You can see she's pretty much down. This is a 6.4 opponent. She had over 200,000 health. And Guardian did really well in this fight overall. You can see he's still at 100% health, which is really nice. I do have willpower, so long distance relationship, the weakness is still healing me a bit. However, overall he did really well because most champions wouldn't be able to survive at 100% health like that, while taking crit failure damage and all the other damage as well. So yeah, he did really well. Alright, so here I've got a showcase of Guardian soloing Cavalier Mangog, the final boss of the new Cavalier monthly quest. I don't find Mangog too difficult with Guardian, just because Guardian has like a few ways that he just absolutely demolishes this fight. So first of all, his block efficiency. His block efficiency is insane, and that means that he can survive in this fight for a while just taking so many blocked hits and parries. The next thing is his perfect block mechanic on his special attacks. You're going to see here that when I parry the special 2, it's going to trigger a perfect block for 0.5 seconds, which is going to allow me to take no damage and also gain power gain. Along with that, his block efficiency means that even just normally blocking the special 2, it doesn't do all that much damage. So that means special 2 I might take like 5% damage from, which is really good. Another thing is that people have this misconception about Guardian where he's not really that great for fights that are over like 250k health. But that's not really true, because you can see Mangog here, he has like nearly 400,000 health with the health node up. But Guardian finishes this fight in just over 100 hits, which is pretty good in my opinion. So you can see perfect blocking specials means he takes almost no damage. He's got really great block efficiency to take minimal damage from like every single hit that he does. Also, I'm doing 4 hit combos against Mangog to not build his hatred, because one of the things that Guardian actually relies on is energy damage, and if you build too much hatred, well, 1, that makes him enraged, and 2, hatred actually builds energy resistance for Mangog, and you don't want that because otherwise you got to build up a lot more for Guardian. But luckily here I managed to keep him pretty low. He doesn't really throw special ones, which is good because otherwise he'll gain more hatred. So right now I'm just going for a couple special 3s. This is what you generally do in like slightly longer matchups, just to build your forceful charges more effectively. So you'll see here that he does really well in this fight. See, he goes down. So I believe that was 112 hits. Yep, that was a pretty clean fight. Look, I probably could have played that a bit better, like maybe thrown a special 1 before I threw the first special 2. That probably would have killed him, but nonetheless, you know, it was a pretty good fight. Didn't take too much damage either. I believe I finished on about 70-80% health, which is pretty decent. And yeah, got some nice rewards. Before I go ahead and wrap it up, I just want to say Guardian has a couple other things that make him really great. He has up to 80% bleed resistance with his signature ability, which means that he can basically heal from bleed if you have willpower, which is really nice against stuff like Biohazard and Caltrops. Also, his energy resistance, it does allow him to bypass electrostatic damage, which is really nice. And also, it obviously helps with stuff like freezer burn, lanes, and things like that. Anything that's energy damage, he's really great for. Also, all his attacks are energy based, so that means that champions like Korg and Morningstar won't trigger their effects on him, which is great as well. He has Taunt on his special 1, which is nice against all or nothing nodes. He can also perfect block specials and gain power from them, similar to Sunspot, which is great against like really hard to dodge specials like War Machine special 1. As well as having the ability to auto block specials. Yeah, that's going to be it today, but thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.